Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jared Weathers, and this is a new series I've wanted to do for a while called Compare and Contrast. This is the first episode in the series, and I'm going to hopefully do more, but here's the first one. We're going to start with Super Sentai and Power Rangers. Of course, there are going to be a lot of differences, but we will go through every single one. Let's dive in. So we're going to start with the story. The difference between stories really boils down to dynamics. In Super Sentai, the GoGoFive team has 5 siblings who are a part of emergency services. Like Matoi is a firefighter, and Maseri is EMS, while the Saima family is also a family of demons and the main antagonist. While the Power Rangers saw 5 regular people go up against a group of demons trying to take over the world, it's more of a technology versus supernatural, which is very common in Power Rangers and Super Sentai as a whole. I also think this is the first time Super Sentai does family. Everyone's related, so that's also interesting. Wow. Hold on. Okay. Characters. Both. We're gonna dive into the characters now. The story is pretty easy, just because it's a more overall thing, kind of broad. So let's get into the characters here. Both series have a firefighter leader who is brash and risk taking, so his team doesn't get hurt. In the Sentai, we have Matoi Tatsumi. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names, by the way. Whereas in Lightspeed, we have Carter Grayson. While the base is similar, there are small differences. Carter was inspired to be a firefighter because he was saved by one. It turns out to be Captain Mitchell. Sorry for the spoiler of a kid show from 1999. But the Tatsumi family was pretty much groomed to be public servants, like Dana Mitchell in Lightspeed, but she's also EMS. The other Lightspeed Rangers are Joel, a stunt pilot, Chad, an animal trainer, and Kelsey, an extreme sports athlete. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about stuff like this, where it's like, well, why would they get, people like that? Well, you also have to remember, though, working with animals, especially that we see in the show, Chad is mostly working with killer whales. And I don't know if it was around this time or maybe a little bit later, but there were a lot of orca killings. Like, orcas were killing people in some of the animal trainers that they worked with in like SeaWorld and stuff, so not completely out of the realm of possibility. And then an extreme sports athlete, stuff. You have to be really brave, and I think doing all of these jobs takes bravery, even though I know a lot of people probably aren't going to agree with that as much. And the Sentai, Nagiri is also part of the fire department, but on the chemical fire brigade. We have Sho, a helicopter brigade member, and Daimon. I think it's Daimon. I'm going to say Damon just because it's easier. As a police officer with Dana's counterpart in EMS being Matsuri. Mondo, the Tatsumi family's dad. Wow. And the creator of the GoGoFive mech suits and weapons. His Power Rangers counterpart would be Captain William Mitchell, a former military captain and head of a new government organization called Lightspeed Rescue. Another difference as the Sentai team is not part of the government, but they also really don't do much to hide their identities either. Miss Fairweather is the other half of Mondo, as well. Captain Mitchell founded Lightspeed. Fairweather created the Morphers, weapons, suits, and the cool-ass Hummer. Lightspeed also doesn't have the robot, however, the Analyze Mint Robo. I guess would also probably kind of be Fairweather as well, so who knows. Now on to the bad guys. The Grand Witch, Grandine, is a leader, and the mother of the Saima family. Her counterpart in Power Rangers is Queen Banshira, who is the mother of Impus slash Prince Olympius. But his name in Super Sentai is Demon Drop slash Dragon Prince Salamandes, which is interesting. I've not looked up Salamandes, so I'm not sure if that's like based on like an actual person or some kind of folklore or something. There is Dark King Salfiza, or as I know him, Diabolico. Though I guess he'd be the leader of the group. Yeah, he'd be the in charge guy. The second son, Beast Baron Kobola. His counterpart is Loki, named after the trickster god. Now, they are based on the same rubber suit. These next two have a lot of differences. Pierre and Sentai and Jinxer and Power Rangers, they're the ones who make the monsters and make the monsters grow with the cards. One of the biggest differences is the voice. Of course, they are different, as one is American and one is Japanese, but it's more of the deepness, which is cultural. In Japan, deep voices are seen as masculine and give off authority. In Power Rangers and America as a whole, while deep voices are seen as masculine, everyone has different voice decibels. So Jinxer has more of a Weasley kind of voice, more high-pitched compared to Diabolico. It's kind of hard because when I was writing the script, I had the show playing in the background, and it's kind of hard in the Sentai to differentiate sometimes between the three men talking because they all have a similar voice. Not the same, but similar. Now, the difference between the foot soldiers is the name. In Sentai, they are called imps, which I thought was interesting. Wow. Lightspeed, they're called batlings. A lot of stuff happening. Okay, Six Rangers, this one's going to be kind of quick. The Power Rangers is the first one to have a Six Ranger in this show. They have an exclusive to the American show. Ryan Mitchell, the son of Captain Mitchell, and the older brother of Dana, who was taken by Diabolico, becomes the Titanium Ranger. While the Sentai doesn't have one, but they do have an automaton named Liner Boy. So that's a thing. Morphine sequence. I wanted to discuss this for a while. So we'll begin with the Sentai morphine sequence. In GoGoFive, the morph is the Rangers putting on like a fire blanket with a mask appearing, and the helmet comes from back to front. Now, Power Rangers is a bit different, and this is my favorite season, so I will be a little biased. The Rangers morph, and their visor shape manifests with the color, and they like conveyor into it with everything manifesting, and then the visor shuts. This is also, I believe, the first Sentai where the visors can open without the Rangers taking off the helmet. I haven't seen Sentai do this, but over the course of Lightspeed, they can throw the shield out while running, or like Chad jumping into it. Now the Ryan, when he morphs, it goes top down instead of front to back. But the same kind of thing happens. It like comes in with like actually looks like the morpher more than the actual color. But it's the same kind of thing. God. The Zords are the same, of course, just different names. The Sentai Zords are called the 99 Machines. They can combine to form Victory Robo. The Go Liners, which carries the 99 Machines, can combine to form the Grand Liner, along with Liner Boy and the Max Shuttle. While in Power Rangers, you have the Pyro Rescue, the Aqua Rescue, the Aero Rescue, Haz Rescue, and Med Rescue, which combine to make the Lightspeed Megazord. The Rare Rescues that form the Super Train Megazord, along with the Max Solar Zord and the Titanium Ranger Zord, and the Lightspeed Solo Zord. So, outro. Yeah, I'm saying all of them, I don't care. Did I miss anything? Thank everybody for watching. If I get 100 likes, I will do a full review of GoGoFive. But if I can get 100 comments, I'll do a full review of Lightspeed. Be on the lookout for the next episode, and I will see you next time right here on this channel.